Welcome back to BS with Brian Simpson. We bummy mode, man. I'm having one of those weeks, man. I'm just bummy today this whole time. We got, it looks like a lot of emails. Some of it's spam though, probably. Yeah, but let's get to it. Let's just get right to it. Oh, but don't forget, if you want advice from the advice champ, email me at BSwithBrianSimpson@gmail.com. Anything, questions, comments, concerns, articles, moral conundrums. We do it all here. We respond to everything. I don't mind giving my opinion on things, even though, we're the ultimate ultra-crepidarian here. Okay, so let's see here. Hey, Brian, I think removing the crime... Wait a minute. Oh, a potential flaw with the perjury crime answer. Okay, so this is referring to... By the way, Ryan, you failed us all. You didn't say what you was referring to. So this is referring to some episode in the past where someone gave me the moral conundrum of like, if you could stop any crime from happening by committing it yourself, which crime would it be? And I forget what answer we gave. And then someone wrote in, I think last week or maybe the week before, and they said the best answer is perjury. Because if you couldn't lie on the stand, then it would, you could see the butterfly effect of that. If you couldn't lie, then it would deter crimes. And I thought it was a brilliant answer. I was like, oh, that's a good answer. This guy's saying that's not a good answer. Okay. Hey, Brian, I think removing the crime of perjury would be a great idea, but perjury doesn't stop lying in general or murder. A person just wouldn't be able to lie under oath. Okay. I wonder how many more crimes, murders a person might commit to never have to submit testimony under oath. Also, wouldn't the Fifth Amendment save people from perjury, even if we tend to assume they are guilty if they plead the Fifth? Maybe I'm overthinking things, but it is a solid thought experiment. Keep it tight, beaver puss. Goddamn, that is a good point. The making perjury illegal doesn't actually stop those other crimes from happening. It just stops you from being able to lie about it if you so happen to get suspected enough to be on trial. Right? And if you don't plead the Fifth. So there you go. There you go. I mean, I was wrong about some other shit. I believe... Oh, damn, you know what's funny? That's from one person. Another person wrote in feelings on the same. And they did it properly, Ryan. So I don't know if they want me to say their name. By the way, if you don't want me to say your name, or you don't want to say the names of the people that are involved, which we prefer not to, just change the name. Just say a different name. That's all right. I know who you are. But anyway, hi Brian. A listener emailed you in episode 169 and suggested that perjury was a simple solution to the moral dilemma thought experiment in committing a crime in order to eliminate the crime, including murder, rape, and padabba-dabba-doo. Original question was episode 167 at 11 minutes and 55 seconds. Goated. But you play both the original and the emailer's response at 11:05 of episode 169. Goddamn. Goated. Your reaction in episode 169 to that perjury solution made it seem like you agreed that this could be an easy way to wipe out all crime without having to do anything that one would feel morally conflicted about. Then in episode 170, a listener emailed in about their two-legged recliner idea, and at the end of their email, they quickly co-signed their agreement that perjury is a great answer to the crime eradication question. Episode 170, 17 minutes and 53 seconds. I love this guy. I think perjury would barely do anything to eradicate the most heinous crimes. Only around 2 to 5% of criminal cases go to trial where an accused person could face the voluntary option of giving a sworn testimony. Of that small percentage of criminal cases that go to trial, around half of defendants choose to testify at trial. Defense attorneys advise their clients against taking the stand in most cases. Of the 95 to 98% of cases that don't go to trial, a small portion will be cases where a suspect can't be found or identified, and a large portion will be a suspect accepting a plea deal. In a hypothetical world where perjury cannot happen, these cases would still have occurred. Yeah, even if we eradicate the crime of perjury, there's going to be about the same amount of rape, murder, and padabba-dabba-doo, and even much lesser crimes as we have today. Wishing you health and happiness, love, everything you do, Rob. Now, guys, that is lights out. A small part of me suspects that is our previous producer, Rob. Because he always had them smart ass angles that I don't think. Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right. It seems like perjury is not really the panacea, the catch-all that it originally seemed like it was. You're right. You guys are absolutely right. Knocked it out the park. You did a way better job than Ryan did, Rob. Appreciate you. This is from Colt. Oh, this is the producer. Okay, let's see. This is an article I guess we're responding to. Michael Bay to direct true story on largest rescue mission in American history to save 2 downed pilots in Iran. That's the largest rescue mission in American history?
I guess so. I don't know. I didn't read too much into the article. It just sounded nuts because of how close it was to actually happening.
Right. I mean, that seems a little soon to be making a movie about it.
Yeah. And to be fair, I actually saw something about this a month or two ago. It just took till now for me to bring it to the table. Like, it felt like a week after it happened, they already were like, yep, Michael Bay's got it.
Universal Pictures and Michael Bay are teaming up to tell the heroic story behind the recent mission to save 2 downed pilots behind enemy. I mean, I guess that depends on who's the hero. Are you saying the pilots are the heroes? Because, look, I'm not saying these guys are not heroes in and of their own right, but not of this story. Like, the guys that crashed aren't the heroes, are they?
I mean, I get for making it back home alive, I guess that there's something.
But that's not a heroic thing to do.
No, it's
surviving is not heroic. No? See, I guess it depends on what you think is a hero.
That's kind of why I brought this to the table here.
I thought you had to heroics have to be in service of others, right?
I guess depending on your perspective, those pilots doing those combat missions when they got shot down were doing it for others.
Well, but I don't mean following orders.
Yes, yeah.
But I mean, risking something for others is what makes you a hero, no?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, because I guess you would say doctors aren't risking things, but they're heroes. I don't know. That's a tough one. But usually the person being saved is not the hero. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Usually the person doing the saving is the hero in the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I mean, but also that's not, like you said, that's not really the biggest concern. The biggest concern here is what so soon.
Yeah.
We don't even know. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we don't even know the rest of the particulars. I mean, first of all, we know that they were saved. Well, we know one of them was saved by what was top secret technology that can detect heartbeats from far away, right? So it's going to be hard and everybody knows that. See, it was much easier to do this when I was growing up, right? Because one, people believe stuff. Americans in particular, propaganda was much easier back then. We were much more prone to mystical thinking and believing. It was much easier for you to make people heroes. My generation, we grew up believing a lot of stuff. And some people still believe it. Like, I'm from that generation. Everybody thought that Asian people, first of all, everybody thought every Asian person was Chinese. My whole generation, this is what we thought. Like, we knew, it's not like we didn't understand that there was Chinese people and Korean people and Japanese people, but we didn't make those distinctions. It's like if you were Asian and somebody called you Chinese, it was like you was Chinese. Like, that's how people looked at you, right? And so we thought every Chinese person knew karate. And we thought all that shit about, chi and fireballs, and we thought all that. Like, we really believed, like, hey, some 85-year-old man could put hands on you with just his chi, nigga. And now we know that's ludicrous. You know, it's like most 85-year-old men are getting washed. You know what I'm saying? But back then it was like, yo, he got a long beard. He's standing up straight with his hand behind his back. Be like, watch out, brother. You know what I'm saying? He don't even got to touch you to put you down. You know, we believed in all of that. And we still believed in a lot of the heroes and, you know, all of those things. People had just recently started talking about how Christopher Columbus was a fraud and things like that. But that was, you know, there was still this air of like American exceptionalism. And you know, and my point is just that you could have gotten away with this back then, all the way up to not very long ago, up to maybe 10 years ago. You know, you could have, this sort of thing could fly. But my point is just that we all know too much about this situation for you to even dramatize it in a way that would even be entertaining. You understand what I'm saying? Like when they made a movie about Black Hawk Down, very few of us knew what happened with Black Hawk Down. So the movie would have been our first time hearing about it. So they got to play a little fast and loose with the story so they could make the movie good. You can't really do that here. Right? You either got to tell the straight up story, which is not that interesting, or you have to embellish some things or straight up say things that aren't true, and then everyone's called. I mean, I don't know what everyone, but I know a motherfucker like me. If I'm sitting there watching a movie that's based on a true story, and then I see like blatant falsehoods, it's hard for me to enjoy the movie. I'm just like, what the fuck? That ain't what happened. So it's just weird to make a movie this quickly after something like that happened. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know, but you know, I think studios are desperate and shameless.
I also just discovered this. I don't know if you knew this. Did you know Michael Bay directed 13 Hours, the Benghazi movie?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And apparently after reading that article, Michael Bay has been like doing a lot of he's been like really tied in with the military for a long time. Makes sense. You think about Transformers, like OG Transformers was basically like a commercial for, you know, recruiting offices.
He directed Bad Boys.
Yes.
That's when I first heard of him. We skipped somebody. Okay, here we go. Hi, Brian. I'm not asking a question. Sorry. Oh, you're breaking my heart. Just wanted to share this story. Thought you'd like. These are the stories that don't get the same attention as it would if she was an immigrant and the victim was white. The right-wing social media machine isn't interested in pushing this in the mainstream media, even though it's a pretty crazy story. Okay, let me see what damn that's a hefty accusation. Let me see what you're talking about. This is from Sky News, and so I know that that's the UK. I've been sent so many articles. I know that's not an American. Nazi-obsessed teenager who tried to behead a Kurdish barber with an axe is jailed for more than 15 years. Nazi-obsessed teenager. Alina Burns, then aged 18. What the fuck? That's an 18-year-old? No fucking way. There's no fucking way this is an 18-year-old. Look at this picture. That looks like an 11-year-old boy.
Yeah.
You see this?
Yeah, for sure. It looks like could be a girl. Yeah.
Well, they're not saying that, okay, this might be a girl. They're not. There's no male pronouns or anything so far. I just assumed it was a male, but let's just see where this goes. Alina's a girl's name, as far as I know. We'll see. This happened in Bedminster, Bristol, on August 2nd of last year. A Nazi-obsessed teenager who told a man to kill all Jews and Muslims and launched a far-right axe attack on a stranger outside a barbershop has been jailed for more than 15 years. I mean, that's a weird way to word it, though. A far-right axe attack. That's because that sounds like that's the move. That she swung the axe in a way, like that's what you call the swing. You know what I'm saying? The person might be, her beliefs might be far right, but the axe attack is just the axe attack. That's not political. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know. That seems like a weird way to word it. Anyway, Alina Burns, then aged 18, attacked Mohammed Mahmoudi, an Iranian Kurd in Bedminster, Bristol, on 2 August last year as he was chatting with a friend. Okay. Bristol Crown Court heard Burns had been motivated by neo-Nazi extremism and had been in contact with far-right groups. CCTV from inside the shop showed a 27-year-old turning and ducking at the last minute as she swung an axe at his neck. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so Mr. Mahmoudi, who was much bigger than the 5'2" Burns, managed to wrestle the axe away from her. So it was a girl before she could strike him again. Okay, a nearby police officer heard the commotion and went to the scene in East Street and arrested Burns. They found a scalpel and several darts on her. Holy shit. Burns nodded when the arresting officer asked her if she had swung the axe at the man. When he asked her why, she replied, "I wanted to cut his neck. I would do it again, but to succeed." Oh, damn. After Burns was arrested, police discovered her links to far-right groups and extremism. They later found an email she had written to a man she met on a dating app saying, "Kill all Jews and Muslims in Britain, please." At her home, detectives came across handwritten notes about the spread of Islam and how to use fertilizer to make explosives and nuclear weapons. Wait, what? You can make nuclear weapons with fertilizer?
Yeah, well, that's what happened with the Oklahoma City bombing.
That wasn't a nuke?
Not a nuke, but it was a fertilizer bomb.
Oh, yeah, no, I know you can make a bomb with fertilizer, but this says nuclear weapons. It says, at her home, detectives came across handwritten notes about the spread of Islam and how to use fertilizer to make explosives and nuclear weapons. I feel like whoever wrote this article, maybe this is their first article. Or something. They were like, yeah, give her a crack at the at the axe attack. See how she knocked that out. She was also found to have searched for information online about jihad, the Southport stabbings, and Nazi Germany. Burns had used the Telegram messaging app to contact a representative of the British far-right group Patriotic Alternative. Additionally, there were notes about German SS units serving in the Second World War, Adolf Hitler's book Mein Kampf, and the nationalist novel The Turner Diaries. Uh-oh. God damn it, Brian. At Bristol Crown Court on Friday, a judge imposed a custodial sentence on Burns of 15 and a half years with an additional 4-year period on license once she is released. So I'm guessing license must be the British equivalent of parole. Serena Gates, KC, I'm not sure what that means. Prosecuting told the court. So maybe that's what they call, maybe like over here how we say DR is doctor, maybe KC is like a lawyer over there. Right? Serena Gates, KC, prosecuting, told the court. That's a weird way to put that, but British people be putting shit in a weird way. The prosecution case is that the defendant had an extreme right mindset and wanted Jews and Muslims to be killed and non-whites to flee or be expelled from the UK. The day before the attack, the defendant was watching videos of SS marchers and sent an email called The Dawn of Civil War. Yeah, we get it. Yeah. It's very... And I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. This, even at 18, this girl still looks like a child. But the eyes are crazy. This woman had her eyes. You can see it ain't nothing behind them joints. Like she on go. She on go to run it. I mean, she 5'2", running at people with axes and darts. You know what I mean? So, and the thing is, she gonna get out that prison even more hardcore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know what British jails are like for women, but she looks like a child. She's 5 foot nothing. So she gonna come out of that prison a whole different person. I mean, but the same kind of person. You know what I'm saying? She gonna come out there even more because this is a damaged person. Like I'm guessing you showed them this picture, right?
I'm going to, yeah.
These this is a scary looking child. This is the sort of child that like you would Like if you were making one of those scary movies where the children are the scary part, this is what you would coach them to make their faces look like. You know what I'm saying? You would show them this, give me a little more Alina. That's what you would say. It's this, like it's disturbing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
yeah, very American History X.
Yeah. Very much like fueled by, you could just see the hate and the indifference. That's what it really is. You can see the indifference on her face, the righteous fury. That's what that is. It's like this righteous fury. This almost like the sort of people that be upset. But it comes with like this certainty that they are right. You know what I'm talking about? It's that. You can see that. That's why she's like, you could see this face going, and I do it again, but this time I hit his neck. Well, first of all, how you ain't hit him? You know, how did you, because no one's expecting you to swing an axe on them. So either you probably ran in there and said something like, die, immigrant, you know, because I don't understand how you don't hit him. Because there's no way if this little girl walk up to you, you thinking, yo, she wants smoke. But, you know, who knows? Maybe she had some other shit going on with him before that. Who knows? Greetings to you, Colt and Millie. Hope I spelled her name correctly. You did, actually. Also, she can't read, so I hope all is well. I hope all is well. Shows are going smoothly, and you're all in good health and spirits. I come bearing questions and one wild story that relates to Colt's information about the Sikh stabbing. One, man, I gotta get this crazy looking bitch off my screen because she is just sitting over there. Have you been able to dig into anything new? Okay, one, have you been able to dig into anything new in terms of gaming lately? I just came across a game called Blackjacket, in which you play a soul condemned falsely, I presume, to the underworld. In order to get out, you have to play hands of 21 blackjack against a host of other damned souls. It's a roguelike, so you're bound to lose a lot, but the card and suit buffs, debuffs. Yeah, I've played that game. It's awesome. Yeah. I played the demo maybe like 6 months ago. I don't know if it's so you're saying it's full release now? No, Blackjack is dope. Blackjack is dope. I wish there was a way to play against other people. We'll see. I don't know what they've improved since I played the demo. But yeah, I did enjoy it. But the concept is supposed to make for interesting gameplay as you progress. Also, Where Winds Meet has grabbed my free time by the throat and given it the 5-point palm exploding heart technique. A free-to-play, highly customizable MMORPG set in a fictional China with all the wuxia action one could ask for. It's very menu heavy, and there are layers upon exhaustive layers of currencies and items to fight through. But when the action kicks in, it's like playing the great martial arts films of my childhood. Yeah, man, I tried to give When Winds Meet a shot, but you said I'm not with all the layers and layers. It's like, it was just a lot. It was too much. But it looks great, and it's still downloaded. I haven't deleted it yet, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, number 2. One question I wanted to ask was, if you were able to change into one fantasy beast at will, which one would you choose? You take on all the characteristics, abilities, and flaws, weaknesses of said creature, but those effects will dissipate once you switch back to your human form. But so how long are you as a creature? I've had this question over the years, and I can't truly come up with a perfect answer. But the closest I could come up with would be either a vampire or a golem. Mostly for the strength and vulnerability and longevity aspects, but I couldn't really think of any one creature that I rocked with more than these two. What about a dragon? Yeah, I think I'm going dragon off top. Angel. It's like vampires are cursed. You know that, right? That's like picking werewolf. It's like, well, I want to be a cursed creature. You can't be in the sun? No, I don't know. I go angel, dragon, some sort of god. You know what I mean? Yeah. Number 3. Regarding Colt's story about the Sikh stabbing, episode 170, 3535 is the timestamp. I recall that recently J.D. Vance was reported as attempting to make an issue out of a similar instance with a Sikh man stabbing a white man in London within the past year, making the false and largely racist claim that illegal immigration was at the root of the issue. Turns out the Sikh man was actually a British citizen, and Vance, surprise, surprise, was letting his Klan robes peek out from under his suit coat. Here's an AP article about the stabbing that adds more context to my story, which happened in London. I'm certain that I have more comments, questions, and other remarks, but I'm tired as fuck after this Father's Day weekend and life in general. Keep it tight, Beaver Puss, and I'll write back later after my brain restarts. Okay. Let me see this article. Didn't we talk about this?
We did. I mean, that's what he's referring to.
Oh, this is the article about J.D. Vance talking about it.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, you know how these politicians be, bro. Yeah, I mean, listen, the immigration thing in Britain it's weird. It's just like here where it's like, is it a thing? Sure. Is it the source of all their problems? I doubt it. But again, the political climate we're in, people are so divided, and it's very easy to convince people that immigrants are their problem. I mean, because this is the other thing. It's always been like this, and this is also why those same people are, the same politicians want to like ban history books and stuff like that, because if you look back at history, then you know all their tricks, because this isn't the first, second, third, or fourth time. It's they almost always blame immigrants because it's easy to. Those people usually don't really have the political the resources to counter those stories. And you're not looking, and here's the other thing. People usually exercise the power they have, right? And the truth is, you have way more ability to do something about an immigrant than you do to do something about one of your oligarchs. So people are more likely to believe the narrative that means they don't have to change, they don't have to do anything differently, and they don't have to go up against, they don't have to fight a battle that they can't win. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's a political tactic as old as time of like, tell the people that you're fucking over that people that are powerless are the reason. It's why Jews have been historically, scapegoated for the ills of certain countries. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's what Hitler did in Germany, where he was like, "Oh yeah, everything that's wrong is not our rampant inflation and overspending. It's the Jews." You know what I mean? It's like, and people, oh God, how many times this happened in America? It's been black people for sure a couple times, Asians, immigrants, savages, Mexicans. Obviously, the flavor du jour. It was Muslims for a second, and now it's kind of like this hodgepodge. You can just say any of those key words, and resonate with any manner of American people. And so I and again, I'm not British. I don't know what it's like to be living over there right now, but I'm pretty sure it probably looks just like it looks over here. It's probably mostly white guys that are blaming problems on immigrants that aren't really connected to immigrants because of the little bit of problems that the immigrants are actually causing, right? And again, not saying that those problems don't need to be solved, but I think your main problem, because you know what I'm saying, because immigrants didn't vote you out of, they didn't vote to water down your excellent health care and, all the other problems that are plaguing Britain mostly have to do with oligarchs and having more influence over the government than the average person. And that's the problem all over the world. It's like we've let money have too much political power. That's really what, that's the source of most of our problems. You know what I'm saying? Because immigrants aren't building data centers, and polluting water sources, and you understand what I'm saying? And taking government funds and not building the things they were getting paid to build. And, it's like, so, but again, it's easier to hate immigrants because they don't look like you. You're not going to be confused about who your enemy is. It's a much simpler thing It's a much simpler belief to hold. It doesn't require very much nuance. You know what I'm saying? You just overly blame immigrants, and then it's like, I don't even know if the person, this bitch with the axe attack, I don't know, she don't even know if he was an immigrant. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's a little different over here because, I think, but over here, what's so funny? Over here, it's motherfuckers. This is what people mean when they say white privilege, right? It's your mentality. There's people who know for a fact, right, that their Irish or Italian grandfather came over here 2 generations ago on a boat. And they know for a fact that my ancestors was here 400 years ago. And they think that they more American than me. They think that they have an ownership over this shit that I don't have. You understand what I'm saying? And I know British people don't have that issue, really. At least I don't know, honestly, because I don't know enough about British history. You know what I'm saying? But I know y'all the OGs. I know everything that's wrong. All the fucked up shit that happens in the world, y'all was an example. Right? So, I tend to not have as much empathy for British people when they're crying about this sort of thing, because it's like, your country enriched itself from doing this very thing in other places. I mean, the genocides and shit that you're responsible for, and that your country continues to exist from. You know what I'm saying? And again, it doesn't mean that the problems are lesser. It doesn't mean that they don't matter. But it's like, it's hard for me to give you any energy, because it's like your country thrived off of the misery of a lot of people in the world. And a lot of those places still haven't recovered from what you did there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're complaining about a little bit of immigration. I mean, it's a lot of immigration. But it's like, I mean, come on, you have to be realistic, because you got to understand why other people look at y'all and go, what are you fucking talking about? Right? I mean, for the longest time, the British Empire was exactly that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I don't know. I mean, the British Empire was the British Empire, but it's wow how many countries are impoverished to this day, or just full of fucking corruption to this day, that y'all was the imp. You know what I'm saying? All y'all left them was cricket. You know what I mean? Cricket and self-hatred. So, but again, I think for some of y'all, deep down, you think of something bad happening to a white person is inherently worse. It's a because you know what it is. I think a lot of white folks, even the best, most well-intending white folks, even if you value all lives equally, and you think like a murdered black person and a murdered white person are equally sad, right? You are more panicked by those sorts of things bad things happening to white people, because to you it's a signal, it's a sign that something at the core of society is falling apart. Like the promise of it all is all it right. It's because it's the last inkling of the promise that's left to some of y'all. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that even makes sense. Because I've heard people have to stop themselves from going. It's like, this is a pretty white girl. This happened to a white girl. You know what I'm talking about? Even some of the most well-meaning liberals, like, I don't know if y'all remember, was it last year or earlier this year when the ICE stuff was happening and that woman got shot in the face? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guarantee you it was some liberal somewhere going, a fucking white woman was shot in the face. Right? Like, what is it coming to now? The white woman getting shot. Right? Because there's a part of you that sees yourself as sacred, that sees your group as protected, where it's like, well, if even we're not safe, then the country's not safe. You understand what I mean? And so so if you're wondering why you're getting certain responses from certain people, that's why, because they looking at you like, what? It ain't never been safe for nobody but you. You know what I mean? Not that all of y'all safe all the time, but like you get most of the safety. So it's like it is a shame though. It's a shame. But like y'all know how I feel. I want you to get your wish. I wish the bigots could get their wish. I wish all of the black people and the gays and the Mexicans, everybody was gone. I wish you could deport every motherfucking body and see how quick the rich people turn on your ass. I wish you could get exactly what you want, because it would just accelerate you realizing who your actual enemy is when it's all said and done. You know, because at the end of the day, it ain't none of the people that you're mad at. Or at least it's not most of them. At the end of the day, that's how I really see it. You know, but there's nothing I can do about it. I don't even know if I answered the question. All right, we got we get a lot of emails for this episode. I'm really happy about that. What's up, Brian? This is Will from episode 137. My nigga Will. Okay. The guy whose email you opened the show with and talked about until around 1320 mark. Right? I opened 137 with an email and talked about it for 13 minutes? I don't believe that. Also, guys, don't forget, my special is being re-released on YouTube. 800-Pound Gorilla collabing with me. That shit is this month. Let's go. Check me out. BSwithBrianSimpson, all that. Let me see here. Hold on, you saying episode 137? Oh, that's going way back. 137. Oh, we prepping. Oh, this is at John's house. First off, man, hearing you say it was one of the best emails you've gotten in a long time absolutely made my week. I appreciate you reading it and giving it so much time. I'm really glad to hear you've gotten closer with your brother and his family too. Also, thanks for clarifying the whole bottom of the barrel thing. I hadn't really considered some of the explanations you brought up. Now, first things first, y'all misunderstood one thing from my original email. I didn't crack her raw. Okay, so now I got to see what you're talking about. I matched with a girl on Tinder, took her out, and we smashed in the car on the first date. In the car on the first date.
Wow.
Okay. We talked a bit after, but I had to move back home, so I kind of ghosted her. Coward. A couple years later, we started talking again. Now she's married. At first, she wasn't really feeling me, but out of nowhere, she started reaching out. She mostly pulled up on me, and sometimes I'd be on some hot shit and go to her place. I kept it real the whole time up front that I wasn't looking for nothing besides sex. A few months after that conversation, she tells me she's pregnant. At first, I thought she was lying, so I made her pee on the stick in front of me. On top of that, it was a high-risk pregnancy because she has lupus and other medical stuff. I wasn't really worried about it. I said, all right, we'll just need a DNA test to know if it's mine. But she says, nah, I'm just going to let him think it's his. I cussed her out because if it was mine, I can't go for that. She ended up losing the baby, and now somehow I'm the bad guy because I cut her off. Also, your barber joke at the end of the special, still one of the smartest, funniest things I've heard in a minute. I remember the first time it happened to me as a kid. I said something to my uncle in the car, and he just brushed me off like, "Your cut crispy, though." Well, that's one of the best emails I've gotten in a long time.
That's a great one, man.
This shit had everything.
He had points,
suspense,
critiques,
everything. Okay, yeah, and he got to the point. You know? All right. So check it out. Yeah, I'm not a fan of ghosting people. I mean, you been needed to cut this girl off. You know, I mean, first date in the car.
Yeah.
You know, so also raw.
You know, and she's married. You can't hit her raw.
You can't smash married women raw, my guy. Yeah. I mean, I like that you were looking out for yourself. Like, yo, I need a DNA test. And if it's mine, I'm not gonna let another nigga raise my kid. Are you kidding? Right? I like that you're a stand-up guy. So he's saying he appreciates me reading his email, but he didn't hit it raw. How'd she get pregnant then? Let's see. I didn't crack her raw that first night in the car, and honestly, I was never really just out here running in her raw. Did a condom break once or twice? Yeah. And I did And did I occasionally think, fuck it, I'm here now? Also, yeah. That's raw, nigga. If a condom break and you go, fuck it, that's raw. What you talking about? Jesus Christ, I ain't asked you how you ended up raw. That's not in dispute, right? I'm not suggesting, because I don't know you, I'm not suggesting that you started raw. Because at the end of the day, when it come to raw, it really don't matter how you started. It's how you finish. It's literally how you finish. If you know what I'm saying? You could be on a trying to break a Guinness World Record. Right? And you could be out here fucking for 13 hours straight and with condoms on for 12 hours and 59 minutes. And that last minute raw. Guess what? You did it raw. It colors the whole episode. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you also look, semantics ain't gonna stop you from having no babies. You know what I'm saying? It was like if a bitch pop up with a baby that's yours, you can't be like, what? But I ain't even hit it raw except for them last 10 seconds. That's how babies are born, sir. Also, listen, this is the other thing. If you send me, I don't know if I said this in that episode, but I'm always curious what this person, whether it's a man or a woman, because I can be straight up. But whenever people write in about them doing stupid shit over men or women, I always want to know what the person looks like. And you know what's funny? And I think maybe one time someone has written in and sent me a picture of the person, and I thought, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's almost always been somebody who's like, okay, I can see why you would ruin your life. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm just curious. Is this woman that fine? I must have said something like that because that's what I'm thinking right now. So I know that's what I was thinking when I read it. All right, where are we? Also, yeah, still completely irresponsible, and that's on me. But at the time, I was just a single young nigga out there slanging this prime A5 Wagyu. Truthfully, I wasn't that morally conflicted about the situation either because my mindset was basically, if she doesn't respect her marriage, why should I? If she's an unhappy wife, she's gonna go get some dick from somewhere. Why not me? Yeah, but see, not hitting it raw is not about her respecting her. It's about you respecting you. See, I see it the other way, where it's like, yo, if she letting me hit raw, if she married and she let me hit raw, she don't respect herself. So she damn sure don't respect me. You feel me? I don't know. That's a whole other thing. She's going to get something. Why not me? Okay, I was never going to lie to her or make her think it was something it wasn't. I don't lie, cheat, or manipulate women. I was taught early that if you've got to do all that to get her, you'll never be able to keep her. I do have to admit, though, I got a little offended and defensive when y'all started talking about my childhood because honestly, I had a great one. What did we say about your childhood? It's like you're very morally conflicted. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm indifferent on this one. I mean, here's the thing, dude. I'm like, listen.
John has done some nastier shit than that. Huh?
Brother, something really similar. I've done some shit really similar in my life. Ultimately, dude, it's like, man, yeah, you got an option. You can let the other dude raise it and just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it. I hate to be that guy, but like, that is an option.
I don't know if I could though. Especially,
I mean, tell him 18 years later.
Because the thing is, I look at like my seed is precious, bitch. It's like you like because imagine being one of them dudes where it's like, okay, you let another dude raise your kid. You know, but you keeping tabs, and then this nigga win a Nobel Prize, or he changed the world, and then you're that guy that got a suit back in. You know I'm your daddy, right?
The Bobby Boucher thing.
Yeah,
you and me can be like Tiger Woods and his daddy.
Yeah, like I would be. I don't know, because I ain't never been in this situation. I'm also, you know, if you let me smash on the first date in the car, I'm not hitting it raw.
Yeah,
I'm not following up with the raw hits.
I don't know, man. In the pursuit of passion, sometimes things get lost.
No. I get that. I get that. I know that first one might get crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about
This was years later.
I'm talking about years later. She married, and because it's like you married, and just the fact that you would let me hit raw make me scared of you. Because it's like, oh, bitch, because you on some like because the fact that you would let me hit raw when you married lets me know I'm not even surprised that you the type of bitch that's like, well, let's just not just tell him and let him raise it. You're that because that's the same type of person.
Yeah, it's the same type of person.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't think she's a good person. I don't think she's a good person. Like
Right,
I think
but here's
she's
the thing.
cheated.
Also, he's not a good person.
Yeah, he's not a good person.
You're not the bad guy in this situation.
No, but you're not a good guy.
But you're not a
either.
good guy.
Yeah, because you were still banging a married woman.
Right. My kind of guy. Yeah, you banging a married woman, but also the truth is she ain't shit. So like a woman that ain't shit, I don't know. Cause I got that Captain Save-A-Ho gene.
I do too. I got it too.
Yeah, and it's like banging a happily married woman is one thing, but
Banging an unhappily married woman is different.
That's different. That's hot.
I know. It is hot. It is hot. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it is.
But it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. But it's hot.
But God damn, is it hot?
Damn, it is hot. Yeah, let's go.
Because
okay.
here's the thing. Everybody wants to be the better choice. Everybody wants to
Right.
be the prime A Wagyu.
And you know what? This goes back. Okay, so for those y'all don't know, I'm here filming this here because I just did John's podcast, which is called
Tammy's Boy.
Tammy's Boy, which is when people talk about their parents, right? Because we both had crazy childhoods, and it goes back to speak to that. I think it's something connected to that of like having chaos growing up. It's like or being like uncertain about love that you're receiving.
Yeah.
You sort of gravitate towards shit like that because you're like, well, this is so wrong that if you want me anyway, I know you really want me. You know what I mean? It's back to the mother wounds and all of that shit where it's like, it's wrong, but also it's like the passion is so high that the fact that it's wrong makes me certain, and the certainty makes me feel better about me, right?
Yeah.
So I'd be curious to know about this guy's upbringing because I bet you it was crazy.
I would too.
There's no doubt about it. Like if you tell me you was raised that you had both parents in the home and they were fucking, Bible thumping church goers and Eagle Scout troop leaders, and I don't buy that at all. You were raised by a drug dealing.
That's but she did have a miscarriage, right? That's what he said. He said
She ended up losing the baby. He didn't go
Okay.
into how.
Okay.
I will say it does like not look good for this guy too, because he says all this like this crazy story, and then he's like, by the way, love that joke, so good. Like,
I know that's the best part. That's the best part. Is when he's like telling you this deep dark shit about how by the way, she lost the kid, and hey, but that barber joke, dude, fucking yo, bro. I love the way you close that.
And if you're like, what barber joke is he talking about? Go watch the special. If you're watching my podcast and you haven't watched my special, I mean, shame on you. All right, so let's get back to it. He said, when y'all started talking about my childhood, I don't remember doing that. I had a great one. I was raised by my grandparents, God-fearing people who were in church 3 or 4 times a week. My parents were in my life too. They just had me really young. But after thinking about it, maybe y'all were onto something. When our birds and bees talk consists of your grandfather handing you a giant box of condoms before your 7th grade dance and saying, fuck as many as you can, you might end up with a slightly warped worldview when it comes to sex. Anyway, I know it took me a while to respond, but life update. I'm now in a committed, happy, loving relationship, and my first son is due any day now. One question for you. Have you ever performed in Indianapolis? I definitely come out if you ever do a show there. Keep it tight, people. Puss. You know what? I think I may have performed in Indy before, Indiana. Or that's the one state I've never been to. No, I haven't been to either. No, I've been to one of the Dakotas. So I've been to every state except Hawaii, West Virginia, and one of the Dakotas. Right? Where else? Oh, you know what? I have not been to New Mexico. The one time I was supposed to go, it was a weather thing. So, yeah, man. But congratulations on you having a baby on the way, man. I'm glad you dodged a bullet, man. You definitely dodged a bullet. But and he's a funny guy. He's made me laugh, and that's very hard to do. I'm dead inside. All right, next one. Let me see here. It's me again. No crazy story this time, though. As a response to the idiocracy line about the UFC on the White House lawn, he's talking about from last episode, from the previous episode. I agree with you. It seems crazy combat sports were at the White House. The damn show was a beauty, though. Fucking liked it. That's how I felt about it, too. It was one of the best lineups we've seen. It was one of the best cards we've ever seen. But it was still something felt wrong about it being at the White House. I don't know why. It didn't feel good, you know. And I had the chance to be there too, and I didn't go, you know. But that's a whole nother thing. You said that the last fight with Ilia Topuria should have been stopped by the doctor because there was no way in hell he could see. I said the same exact thing, and I see you look up after. I see the same exact thing when I see you look up after reading a complete email. How did a nigga achieve that when you can't see the dude's pupils? Man, you know, so for the last and final time, you know, it's not gonna be the last time, but I always have to post this pic, and now that I have a producer, I can actually put it on the episode. But there is a picture of me as a baby. And these are just how my eyes are. I've been seeing like this my whole life. A lot of people y'all think I'm high and I'm not. I'm serious. And I'm gonna show you, because I have to post this on my Instagram. I used to do it annually. I used to do it every single year. I would have to post a picture of me as a baby, and we're gonna put it on the screen right here, right now. Right? And those are my eyes right there. It's not. I've just always had, you know, what my grandfather called chinky eyes, which I guess you can't really say it like that no more, but however you want to put it, my eyes, this is just how my eyes are. You know what I'm saying? I come from a long line of chill motherfuckers, man. So here it is. Boom. That's my baby picture right there. I'm the baby.
Cow. You awake?
That's what I'm saying. That's me as a baby. I'm not on drugs. I'm just chilling. You know what I'm saying? That's me and my older brother sitting on the couch. And I'm chilling like a motherfucker. And this has just been my eyes, man, this whole time. Bro, y'all have no idea. You know how many people, you know how many extra drug tests I've had to take and in the Marine Corps and all that because people think I'm high. Especially because I'm prone to saying stupid shit. Because I be saying whatever's on my mind. I never think before I talk. So that's the other thing. It's great for comedy. It's bad for other stuff. And I'll just let shit fly. Or if I got a question, or I'm curious, or I'll just ask. And I don't mind looking stupid. But sometimes I'll just say some dumb shit. And I'll say some high shit. And I look like this. And people just assume that yeah. Oh, also, shout out to whoever gave me. Yo, whoever gave me this weed in Oregon, let me tell y'all something. This weed have done me. I forget when I was in Olson's Run. I think it was April. But the weed they gave me, some of the best weed I've ever had in my whole life. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't be. This is just how I see. I've always adjusted like this. And here's what's so funny. This was something that's gonna really fuck y'all up. I can open my eyes wide, right, like such, but that just it takes effort. My eyes at default are like this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And there is no difference between what I can see either way. I only do that to make y'all comfortable, or if I'm being expressive. But it's only to make other people comfortable. My eyes are almost never. There's no reason for me to do this. I don't see better. I don't see more. I'm like this the whole damn time. You know what I'm saying? So this is what it is. Don't forget, if you got any questions, comments, concerns, you want advice from the Vice Champ, email me at BSwithBrianSimpson@gmail.com. Go ahead, send me anything you got going on. Moral conundrums, advice, articles, strange happenings and goings-ons, And don't forget, if you want to come see me on tour, I will be back on tour at the end of the summer. BrianSimpsonComedy.com. We on tour with it. And keep it tight, Beaver Puss.